session, an impromptu session where we encourage guest participation. We also have an education session by a DTM. So join me in welcoming an Emirates Toastmasters Club member who has been with the club since 2006. He's a pillar of strength, both literally and figuratively. Whether you need an education session at the gym or an education session at a Toastmasters event, we have our dedicated Toastmaster, DTM Alwyn.
Thank you. Thank you, Karan, for this generous introduction. He asked me, what profession are you in? I normally don't tell people what profession I'm in because people don't trust insurance sales guys. Karan called me a few days back and he said, Alwyn, you're my inspiration. You're a pillar of a club. Can you give me some advice how to do the TMOD role? I gave him my 2 cents of advice. I met few people at the Dubai run, few club members. Guess what? He's told this to each and everybody there as well. The most astonishing part was I was flabbergasted when he told this to Sangeeta, our VP membership. You're the pillar, you're the backbone of a club. We know her, she is known for breaking people's back if they don't turn up to the meeting. How can you tell this to her? Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters guest and our VIP guest, DTM Colonel Mohammad Murad. Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you. I looked at the flyer and I called VP Education and President. I said, why did you put me on for the education session today? Because I saw the flyer and then I realized you have somebody who is the epitome of class and quality in whatever he does. He's reached the pinnacle in the journey of Toastmasters. He's the first Arab national to become the president of, international president of Toastmasters International. He's also a policeman. You can't mess with him. Can you please give a huge round of applause for our VIP guest? Performing in front of him is not easy because even now he has influence in Dubai police. If I mess, he's going to put me behind bars. So please excuse me if I mess around. Today's session is about education session on table topics from the contest point of view. How many of you are willing to take part in the contest? Can I have a show of hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 8 of them. Good. This is a good insight. I recommend everybody to take part. It's fun. What is table topics? It's an impromptu speech session where a speaker will be called on the stage and he'll have to speak on the given topic. Timing is fixed, whether it's a contest or a club, it's fixed. Let us look into, I'm going to tell you the secrets to crack the table topics contest. Let us look into similarities. It's an impromptu speech session, whether it's a contest or club. Timing remains same. At 1 minute, the green will go on. You got to speak for minimum 1 minute. At 1.5 minutes, amber will go on. At 2, the red will go on. You have 30 seconds to wind up. Topics will be read out in the same manner the way it's read out in the club. After the education session, we're going to have a table topic session as well in the contest style. Topics, you'll get the same topic. Everybody will get the same topic. The speaker name will be read out, the topic, and the speaker name. At the contest, judges will mark their ballots. We're going to see what is the judging criteria. It's very important from the contest point of view to know what is the judging criteria, where you get more marks. At club, all present can vote for the best speaker, for the best table topic speaker. What is the difference? No prompting will be done at the contest. At the club level, we generally prompt people. If they freeze, we give them those simple questions we ask them if they are stuck. At contest, same topic for everybody because Toastmasters believes in meritocracy. They want to make sure that it's fair and whoever is deserving should be recognized. At the club level, you get different topics. There will be no warning if you go overtime. If you go overtime. Whereas in the club, we normally prompt. Scoring criteria. This is what the judges follow. It's very important to know this. Content gets 55%. We all know that content is king. Context is queen. Speech development has 30%. Even the table topics follows a similar speech pattern. The OBC, opening, body, and the conclusion. Effectiveness, they see how effective it is, whether it's in line with the topic. Delivery gets 30%. They look into the physical aspect, your body language. How do you stage moment? How are you dressed for the occasion? You've got to be dressed appropriately, not overly dressed or not poorly dressed. If you look at Trace, can you please stand? Smart, dashing, handsome, dressed well. So if you want to look at a good example of the physical aspect, you can follow Alwyn Philomen. Thanks, Trace. Voice modulation is very important. You can't have a flat voice. If you're emoting some emotion, sadness, low pitch, you're happy, high pitch. So there has to be a proper voice modulation. There's 15% for that. Language. Appropriateness is 10%. Now, we recommend not to use strong languages, strong grammar. Strong languages. If you see, I use some words like flabbergasted, yeah, epitome, yeah, pinnacle. It's recommended at the club level. It's fine, but when you do contest, make it as simple as possible. That's because if the judges are not aware of the meaning, you'll be scored less. So don't lose out on that. So you also have a problem with that. Correctness, grammar is very important. Make sure you get it right, the grammar. Now let's look at the secrets for those wanting to know what are the different techniques. First, you have the prep technique. We also call it the Oreo technique. What is prep? It's tempting, yes. Prep is nothing but position, reason, example, and position again. Or you call the Oreo, easy to remember. You state your opinion, reason, okay, and give an example and a position. We will go through an example after this. No matter what the question is, there's nothing called as right or wrong. You're not judged based on the correctness. How correct are you? They look at how relevant is your speech to the topic. Take a position. Be clear on the position so that audience, so there's a clarity. They know what position you're taking, or they will be confused. Allow the audience to know what position you have taken. State the reasons for it. Why do you believe in the position what you have taken? Give them an example. It's very important to give them an example. Something from your personal life. Wow, that will really make a very good impact if you share some anecdote. Finally, conclude. Go back to the position, the first statement what you made, conclude. So you're going full circle. You're connecting all the dots. Let's look at the example. Say honesty is the best policy. Not necessary, you have to agree to the topic. Imagine I say, yes, honesty is the best policy. Judges are not going to give me extra marks because I'm acting like a saint. On the contrary, if I disagree, they're not going to cut marks. Because if I say honesty is not the best policy, they may not think that Alwyn is going to be a criminal in the days to come. Let us mark him less. No. It doesn't matter what position you take, but state, for example, let me give an example. Honesty is the best policy. Yes, I do not agree with this. Honesty is definitely not the best policy. When I was in school, teacher asked me, why were you late? I told the teacher, I woke up late. That's why I was late. Guess what happened? He thrashed me. At the college, my attendance was very low. And then the principal asked me, Alwyn, you cannot take up the exam. Then I started crying. I said, sir, my mother is in the hospital. That's why I couldn't attend the classes. He allowed me to write the exam. Second year, same story, same answer. I got away. So honesty is definitely not the right policy. Third year, guess what happened? I thought, let me be honest. He asked me, how is your mother? Is she fine? Is she still in the hospital? Yes, she's in the hospital last 25 years. Really? Yes, because she's a nurse. Guess what happened? I got thrashed. Toastmaster and guests, I'm sure you all agree that honesty is not the best policy. Yes. So you can give a twist for that. Next is the PPF technique. Past, present, and future. If you are given a topic where you have to follow a timeline, then this works very well. Say, straight away let me get into the topic. Is technology boon or bane? We all know that technology is definitely a boon. Let us give a twist to the topic. Technology is definitely not a boon. It's a bane. For me, it's a pain. Let me tell you why. Years back, when I used to go to Abu Dhabi for a meeting, I used to tell my boss, I'm going for a meeting. He would say, fine. I would tell the same thing to my wife. No way they can check what I'm doing. But today's time, the present, they can call me in a video call and check. I can't fool around. Let us go in the future, after a few decades. There'll be a time when everybody will have a watch. The moment they press the watch, they can appear right next to us. Toastmasters and guests, technology is definitely not a boon. It's a bane. For me, it's a pain. So what you could do is, so PFF technique definitely works. Let's move to the next one. PCS technique, problem, cause, and solution. When you're given a topic, state what the problem is. Let the audience know it's a real big problem. Let them know the cause. And also the most important is solution. Let us go through one of the example. Membership in Toastmasters has been reducing. Your comments. Yes, I definitely agree that membership in Toastmasters are dwindling. There used to be a time where we used to have 370,000 members. Guess now the count is gone down by 100,000. It's a serious problem. State the problem. Get back to the cause. What's the cause? You need to tell the audience what is the cause. Come up with one or two examples. It is because times are changing, people's preferences changing, taste is changing. Maybe there's no awareness. Right? Then what's the solution? Bring in more awareness in the society. Have more road shows. Make sure you're visible on all social media platforms. The word of mouth plays a very important role in today's time. So you're stating the solution as well. Next, you have the 3OC or 3EC. That's 3 opinions and a conclusion, or 3 examples and a conclusion. This works well when you have topics like, is prevention better than cure? We all know prevention is better than cure. It's a very old phrase. You can state your point very strongly. Yes, I do agree that prevention is definitely better than cure. State an example from your personal life and then conclude. Toastmaster and guests, yes, I do agree that prevention is better than cure. If you agree to this. If you disagree, you can come back with a different story. One side, other side, and the center point. There is also a technique in table topics where you can give a twist to the question. You can take one side of the argument, then take the other side of the argument. Finally, you tell what is that you feel is right. That's fine. You have your right to give your opinion. Let's look at the technique, the topic. What will you do if you find 100,000 dirhams in a taxi?
Call Alwyn.
Yes? Now, how do you address this question? You can give it, there are 3 ways you can answer this. One is, you can say 100,000. Rightfully, what people do in UAE, they call the police. We have read in the newspaper. It's very common here. They hand it over to the police or find the rightful owner. I would do that. Or, let me tell you another. Or tell me what I'm going to do. This has fallen on my lap. God has given me. I have not stolen. You can't refuse. It's fate. I've got this. I'll keep it to myself. Toastmasters and guests, let me tell you something else. Find a midway. I'll call the rightful owner and say, Madam, I got your money. Can you part with 50,000? Now, You're doing a good deed as well as you're taking care of your need. Three-A technique. You can find an alternate whenever a topic is given. Not necessarily you have to go with the topic. This works well when you are the last speaker. Judges are bored. The audience is bored. 9 of them have come and they're given the same answer, stereotype answer. They're bored. Try to give a twist to it. Office rules should be fixed or should be flexible. Talk about what is good about how was it done earlier days, traditional way. There was a fixed timing, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. Thanks to COVID, what happens? We got into the flexible way of working and the hybrid. Yes, fixed timing is fine. Flexible, thanks to the pandemic, flexible also worked well. But let me tell you something. I prefer a super flexible option so that I need to walk into the office whenever I like, do whatever I like, and get the salary I like. You can give a total twist. By the way, people do follow this in UAE. I have a client, it's a Swiss-based client. You can walk in any time of the day, work, finish your work, and you can lock your cabin and go home. People do follow that. It's not common though. Do's and don'ts. What is that you have to do in a contest? Use your imagination. Don't have to stick to any kind of stereotype answers. Use your imagination. Have fun, crack jokes. Self-deprecating jokes, which I cracked in the beginning. I told I don't want to tell people what I do because people don't trust insurance sales guys. That also works fine. Or you can take people's name. The way I took Shreya's name and Sangeeta's name. But when you take people's name in the contest, make sure they are a well-known personality. Imagine if you're a contest and you say Alwyn, muscles and biceps, nobody will know. They'll not only ask who's Alwyn, they'll also ask who the hell is Alwyn. So make sure you take names of famous personalities. Okay?
Thanks.
Thank you. Appear confident and smile. No matter what's happening, how many of you can see my leg trembling? But I'm trying to appear confident, smiling. But nobody knows this. Nobody should know this. That's the secret of a good speaker. Try anything that will get you into the groove. Look at the section of audience who are laughing. Sona is laughing a lot. I'm trying to concentrate on her. She's my good friend, by the way. Walk and shake hands firmly. Walk like a winner. Forget the end result. Walk like a champion. Don'ts. Don't apologize. At the beginning, what did I tell? I told DTM Colonel Mohammed Murad, sir, please excuse me if I mess around. You don't have to apologize. But it's okay, what I did is okay. It's not a contest. It's fine. I genuinely told this to him. He's a G, so I'm trying to butter him as much as possible. Don't look down or look at the ceiling. If you're married, don't look at your wife also. Karan never looked at his wife. Whereas he was looking at the other's wife. That's also wrong.
Hi, I'm here.
I know. You're caught. You're caught. Look at someone who doesn't like you. Don't look at someone who doesn't like you. Okay? I'm avoiding Sangeeta totally. Not looking at her. Don't have the need to win. The fact that you're on the stage, you're already a winner. Pre-planning things. Don't do too much of planning. Have some props here and you forget where the prop is. Okay, don't do that. If you have a prop, just have one prop in the right place. Pull it out at the right time. It works for you. Now, most important, what do you have to do to take part in the table topic contest? Very simple. Whenever you get an opportunity, jump on the stage. Volunteer. Don't shy away. It's fun. You don't lose. You just learn. Practice, practice, practice. We have a very wonderful Toastmasters group called District 127. You have lots of information on that with regards to meetings. Find whichever suits you, go and attend. Practice well. Participate. Very important. Perform. Any questions? This is the end of the education session. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to help you. And we have seniors here who will help you as well. Okay. Yes.
Despite knowing, like when you explained, so despite knowing all the facts, okay, this is what we are supposed to follow, still when I'm on the stage and I go blank,
Yeah.
then what do you do?
When you are on the stage, not only you, even the audience will go blank.
Right.
Okay, it's a different story. Okay. Now, answering this question, seniors can help me in answering a question as well. Practice. Practice makes not only man perfect, even woman perfect. Practice, practice, practice. Point number one. Point number two, try to have stories for every occasion. Have a good database in your memory. No matter what question you ask, try to have a story, good story, about some tragedy. The stories are pretty much the same. Hope I answered you. Any other questions?
What if you miss some words in the topic?
That's a very good question. What happens is, whenever you're given a topic, don't try to remember verbatim the topic. You will definitely get confused. Pick up some aspects of the question and try to build on it. What is your favorite pastime when you were in the school? You don't have to remember everything. Pastime, school, that's it, done.
Because sometimes even one word makes the...
Exactly. So pick up, that's the reason twice it's repeated. Pick up just 2 or 3 parts of it, or 2 parts of it. You go back to any question which was here. Any question, just pick up, what will you do if you find 100,000 in a taxi? Forget taxi, how does it matter where you find 100,000? Have fun. Okay, but here, what will you do if you find 100,000? That's it, you're good to go. Don't have to remember what will you do, not required.
I have a suggestion for, I think this is
Yes.
a common problem even for mature.
Yes, please.
When you're reading a topic like this, you can choose to focus on a word like you mentioned, okay? And think of the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yes.
So, 100,000 is nothing at all.
Yes.
Okay, so I focus on the 100,000. What will you do? Okay? So he was focusing, when he spoke, if you remember, I can do this, I can do this. See, he was actually focusing on the word do, right? Not on the 100,000. Or it could be a taxi like he just mentioned. And for all of us, I think the easiest start I have found as a newcomer to the club is storytelling. Because storytelling doesn't require us to decide in advance what is your take on the topic. You know what I mean? Because I'm not able to decide what stance to take. That is the biggest challenge we have when we are given a topic. So don't decide. Think of the first story that comes to your mind when you see this topic. It could be, it could be an imaginary story. I actually found 100,000, not 100,000, I found a passport. So it will be a story that you start off. So then after about 20 seconds, you have made up your mind how you're going to twist it. I hope I'm addressing this one.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to address table topics is to relax. Because if you're not relaxed, it doesn't, these elements don't bounce off your head when you're standing there in the stage. So go with the intention of having fun, okay? And relaxing as you would like to relax outside the door. But when you come, you decide, Khalivali, I'm going to do and just have fun. Then what happens is, something will leap up and you will have a story in your head. You start a story and then you have those precious 10 seconds, 15 seconds to make up your mind. And that becomes a very sound statement. So it looked like you made up your mind about that and then you started the story, but it's actually the other way around.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes, definitely agree. You don't have to go through any stress. You have to be at ease. I still remember, I'll come back. I still remember there was a topic which was given to me. What are the 3 things you'll do to change your life? I went on and on, spoke well. I got the Best Speaker Award. Guess what? I understood the question wrongly. What are the 3 things you'll do to change your wife? I checked the ballot papers. All the married men had voted for me. They were also as frustrated as I was. So don't get stressed and tense. Take it easy and cool. Yes, madam.
I was going to say, following up with what Shobha said, also remember that you don't have to believe in it. It doesn't
Exactly.
have to be your personal story. Like
Exactly.
I could read this and go, woohoo, party! I'm going to call all my friends, and I wouldn't do that. But
Yes.
but you could make a story out of it. You don't really have to feel that way.
Yes, you don't have to agree to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 3A. Yes, honesty is not the best policy. You don't have to agree to it. You don't have to agree to it. Done. So we have come to the end of the education session, and now we are going to have a proper table topic session from the contest style. I'm going to call 4 volunteers. Who is volunteering? Yeah, Shobha raised a hand. Thank you, Shobha. Ramnath also raised. Good. Shobha. Sangeeta also raised his hand. Very good. This is only for Toastmasters members, specifically for Emirates Toastmasters members, because we are going to try to train them how to handle a contest. So we're going to have Ramnath, Shobha, Sangeeta, Shreyas, 4 of us, 4 of them. Now, the way it works is, the first speaker will be here in the room. This is how the contest works. The other 3 of the, I don't have the topics with me. Topics will be given by a senior person. Okay, he's there. Even I don't know what the topic is. The first speaker will be called. So the topic will be given, and the person has to speak as per the time. All the rest of the 3 speakers will not have any clue on the topic, because Toastmasters believes in meritocracy. Okay, fine. All the speakers, please put your hands together for the 4 champions. Yeah, he will escort all the 4 speakers. I'll take the topic so that you know. I'll take one.